We are back in the triangle notes. This is the last page. So we are going to work with these ratios to find lengths of missing sides. Okay. Sometimes it's straightforward, sometimes it's not. And so I am going to go ahead and stick my ratio up here, just so I have it. Example for part A. We have one side, 4 square roots of 3. Now, I know this is the long leg because it makes up a side of the 30-degree angle. My short side is the length that's opposite that, okay? I know that I multiply by square root of 3 to get from the short leg to the long leg, which means if I am going backwards, I got to divide by the square root of 3. So x is the length of my long leg divided by square root of 3. These cancel, and I get x equals 4. Y is 2 times x. In this case, it's 2 times 4. So y is 8. See if I can highlight these answers for you so they're easier to find. B. I have the length of the hypotenuse. It is opposite that 90-degree angle. So the first thing I'm going to do is solve for the short side. Because if I multiply by 2 to get from the short side to the hypotenuse, I know I've got to divide by 2 to go the other way. Okay? So y, my short leg, is going to be 17 divided by 2. If you're more comfortable, you can leave it as 8.5. Either is fine. Okay. To get from my short leg to my long leg, x is going to be here, y times the square root of 3. So either 17 square roots of 3 all over 2, or 8.5 times the square root of 3. Kind of depends on your comfort level with fractions. I would suggest you get super comfortable with fractions. It is going to be more helpful to use those. C, we have the long leg. It is opposite that 60-degree angle. So to go from the short leg to the long leg, we multiply by square root of 3. To go the other direction, we're going to divide by the square root of 3. So I have 15 divided by square root of 3. I guess I should put y equals. Again, we don't like that radical in the denominator, so I am going to go ahead and multiply both denominator and numerator by square root of 3. Kind of an ugly one, but it works. I get 15 square roots of 3 over 3. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is 3. And we get y equals 5 square roots of 3. That 3, which is a whole number, goes into the 15, the whole number part, does not divide the radical part. To get from my short leg to my hypotenuse, I am going to multiply by 2. So x equals 2 times 5 square roots of 3. And here our x is 10 times the square root of 3. Let me pick up this last one. Sorry. There's our y. Here's our x. Last one. I have the hypotenuse. So I am going to divide by 2 to get that short leg. So I have 24 square roots of 21 divided by 2. My short leg is 12 times the square root of 21. To go from that short leg to the long leg, we have to multiply by square root of 3. So x is 12 times the square root of 21 times the square root of 3. I know that I can rewrite square root of 21 as square root of 7 times the square root of 3. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 gives me another 3. And we get x equals 36 square roots of 7. There's my long leg. There's my short leg. We are all good. Okay. The bottom half of this page just runs through the ratios, puts them all in the same place for you. This is something you definitely want to be comfortable with. For our 45, 45, 90 triangle, we know the ratio is x to x square roots of 2, leg, leg, hypotenuse. For the 30, 60, 90, the ratio is x to x square roots of 3, short leg to long leg, to 2x, the hypotenuse. Okay. And then a hint about how to figure these out. For the 45, 45, 90, we have 2 congruent sides, 2 congruent angles. Ratio is square root of 2. In our 30, 60, 90, all of those angles are divisible by 3. That ratio includes the square root of 3. And that is it for these notes.